A few months ago, I did my first challenge run in Silksong, which required me to speedrun the game in under 5 hours. I felt so proud after gaining that achievement, and the first seed was planted in my mind to attempt a Steel Soul run. At this point, I only had 4 achievements left to platinum Silksong: Twisted Child, Speed Completion, Steel Soul, and Steel Heart. Since 2 of these achievements required 100%ing the game and the other 2 needed to be on a Steel Soul file, I felt like it was doable and most time efficient to go after these 3 at once. I've mostly played the game casually and did get 100% on my first game file, but that was a few months ago, and my inherent game knowledge is definitely lacking. So let's do a quick rundown on what 100% completion looks like in Silksong. Completion is tracked by attaining upgrades and tools. I'll need to fully upgrade my needle, crafting kit, and tool pouch, collect all mass shards, spool fragments, silk hearts, crests, abilities, and silk skills, bind Eva to get the Silksong, attain 3 old hearts to gain the Everbloom, and acquire all tools. To prepare for this challenge run, I followed a guide written by Reddit user SuperLandon11, which prioritizes damage and health upgrades early on, and only included the mandatory boss fights that give tools as rewards. I also used 2 separate interactive Silksong maps to track collectibles. After a week of practicing the route, it was finally time to start. The beginning of the game is very straightforward. Climb up to fight Moss Mother, navigate through the marrow to reach Silk Spear, then fight Bell Beast. Along the way, I'll be picking up any tools that I find to reduce backtracking. I don't plan to buy any of Chakra's maps until later in the run to save rosary beads for Bellways instead. Defeating Bell Beast gives us our first silk heart. Afterwards, I grab a spool fragment, then explore the marrow to pick up the straight pin, a craft metal, and speak with Mushka to start the flea quest. I head into Detox to buy the magma bell from Forge Daughter, but along the way, I almost die in the arena. Great start, Chels. I make my way towards Dash, which is going to help so much with movement. After equipping magma bell, I make my way through Hunter's March. I end up in another arena that brings me down to 1 health, yikes, then get help from Chakra in the next arena before buying Fractured Mask, which is an essential tool for Steel Soul mode as it prevents 1 hit of damage that would result in death. Basically, we're never taking this off. I grab a memory locket near Savage Beastfly so that I can equip both Fractured Mask and Magma Bell. Now we're ready to fight Lace, and the fight's over pretty quickly. Finally, I head into Farfields to complete the Flexible Spines quest and get Cloak. The next main objective is to get Cling Grip. Before heading out of Farfields, I grab my first Mass Shard, then go fight 4th Chorus. At this point, I decide not to enter Greymoor and instead grind for 500 rosaries to buy a simple key. I use this time to explore the map to find fleas and move the caravan. After buying the key, I open the doorway to Wormways, grab my second Mass Shard and the Shell Satchel, free a flea, then head into Shellwood. I make my way up to get Cling Grip, but while doing Gautama skip to avoid fighting Sister Splinter, I crack my Fractured Mask and decide to save and quit to avoid dying. Did I mention I'm allowing myself to save and quit? This file is still valid with saves coming, and this is my first attempt, so please be nice to me. I finally managed to do Gautama skip and get Cling Grip. With our core movement abilities unlocked, we can access most areas of the map. There are also a lot of items I need to pick up here in Shellwood, including a Mass Shard, a flea, as well as Polyp Hearts for a quest. My goal now is to prepare for the Widow fight. After opening the Bellway and Haunted Bell Heart, I ring the big bell in Shellwood before making my way back down through Wormways. Here, I accept the Alchemist Assistant quest to get the Plasmium Vial to give myself extra health for boss fights. I also need to collect my last Mass Shard to get my 6th mask, and I have a few options here, but decide to go for the Enemy Rush in Deep Docks. I quickly head into Mort Shop and Pilgrim's Rest to purchase the tool pouch upgrade, go back to Shellwood, and clear the way for Widow. The extra Plasmium definitely came in clutch, and we beat Widow first try. For the final stretch of Act 1, I need to prep for the last judge fight. In Bellheart, I speak with the Pinmaster to get my first needle upgrade. I accept quests on the board, then finally enter Greymoor and say hello to Mushka. Greymoor is a huge area with lots of items and quests. I clear the Crawbug Arena, head up to get Threadstorm, grab the 3-fold pin, ring the big bell, complete my first spool fragment, free a couple of fleas, and enter the Chapel of the Reaper. Unfortunately, I was getting sliced up by the scissors and had to get the heli out of there. My second attempt went way better, and I successfully acquired Reaper Crest. Although Reaper has a nicer down pogo, I'm committing to using Hunters for most of this run. Although I initially despised the diagonal pogo, my week of practice runs helped me feel more comfortable. Hunter's Crest can attack quickly and has good range, and its evolved forms reward me with more damage output as long as I'm not taking hits. This does mean that I'll have to pick up more memory lockets to accommodate the extra tool slots on Hunter in order to eventually bind Eva later in the game. Next, I revisit the marrow to play the target minigame. It takes me 5 attempts and 125 rosaries to finally win the tool pouch upgrade. I buy out the shop in Bone Bottom, enter Weaveness Atla to speak with Eva to receive my first Hunter Crest evolution as well as the Spool Fragment, grab the Wanderer's Crest, then finally head to Blasted Steps. On my way up, I grab a memory locket and play Lumble's dice game for 15 real-life minutes to finally earn the Magnetite dice. With Magma Bell equipped, it's finally time to fight the last stretch. Oh, so clean. Okay, walk away. That's the first time I've ever first tried that boss. I feel so proud of myself. Let's go. Woo! And with that, we've entered Act 2. The majority of my run will be spent here in Act 2. With the entire map fully accessible, the goal now is to finish as many of the percentage points as possible before entering Act 3, where the game gets significantly more dangerous. For the sake of brevity, I won't be detailing every item that I pick up, but know that I'm getting all craft metal, memory lockets, fleas, and spool fragments as I explore. Inside Grand Gate, I climb up to the top to get the spool fragment, then break the wall to enter Coral Chambers. I head directly up to the first shrine, then make my way to the Cogwork Dancers fight. The dancers go down quickly, and then I enter Cogwork Court to continue working on my 7th mask. From here I open the shortcuts, then make my way to Volts to grab a flea, a pale oil, and my 3rd mask shard. I stop by Bellheart to get my needle upgrade, then return to Weaveness Atla to get my last shard for my 7th mask. In Whiteward, I find the spool fragment under the elevator and pick up the injector band, quickly jump into Underworks, unlock the Ventrica, and proceed to fight Truvio to get the Claw Mirror. Next up is getting Claw Line, so I equip Magma Bell for safety, gain my Harpoon, and then navigate through Underworks to grab another spool fragment and the Sacred Cylinder for the Vault Melody. And I remember to learn it this time. With Claw Line acquired, I can now access Mount Fae, which is more perilous than I anticipated. Am I freezing to death? Yes. I decide to bench warp to gain my health, then do this whole section all over again and find the spot I was supposed to warm up at before finally making it to the summit and earning double jump. On my way out of Mount Fae, I grab the Mass Shard, Memory Crystal, and a flea. I return to Songclave and buy a Mass Shard from Jubilana, then head to High Halls. Double jump and the extra mass definitely help with survivability here, but I get hammered by these enemies and have to save and quit twice. I finally manage to grab the spool fragment at the top, plus craft the Cogflies and eliminate the Silk Suckers permanently. I'll focus on getting my last 2 Mass Shards for my 8th mask. Both of these locations can be dangerous, so gaining the completed mask helps with survivability. With Clawline and Double Jump, I can do an easy skip here in Blasted Steps to get up to this area. I also noticed that I hadn't moved the Fleet Caravan here to Blasted Steps, so I go ahead and do that and get a spool fragment. Back in Greymoor, I speak with New to complete the Bugs of Pharloom quest and get a tool pouch upgrade, then make my way to Wisp Thicket to complete my 8th mask. The next objective will be upgrading my needle again by completing the Great Taste of Pharloom quest to receive a 2nd Pale Oil. I'll need to complete the Missing Courier and Missing Brothers quest to rescue Tip and Pill. While working on these quests, I also do my due diligence to fully explore relevant areas on the map since we have most of our movement upgrades, and pick up items to work on other quests. Next, I decide to clear out Memoriam for items, then enter Putrefied Ducks to grab the Wreath of Purity, which will be a safety measure against fighting Chef Lugoli. I also grab the Apostate Key, visit the beach to prep for the final caravan move, and speak with Bog. Now I'm ready to start the Great Taste of Pharloom quest. I start at halfway home and clear out the ant infestation to get the Vintage Nectar, then run to Sinner's Row to fight Chef Lugoli with Wreath of Purity equipped. The chef drops the Pickled Mug Maggot as a reward. Then I travel to see the Moss Druid for the Mossberry Stew before climbing up to the Sands of Karak. Here I fight the Great Conch Flies, train with the Pinstress to learn Needle Strike, but struggle with the platforming and enemies here and have to save and quit out twice. I finally managed to open the shortcut to Blasted Steps and enter the room to get the Crest Nut, but not without almost dying again. At long last, we can finally start the delivery for the courier's rasher. On my first attempt, the rasher burst right as I was about to enter the dining hall. I immediately bonked on my 2nd attempt and just restarted, but my 3rd attempt was my best run ever since I managed to do it without taking any damage. With the Pale Oil acquired, I warped home to Bellheart to buy my 3rd needle upgrade. There are a few areas of the map that I haven't explored yet: Underworks, the Slab, and Bile Water, which we'll be saving Bile Water for last. I start with Underworks and take the broken elevator down from Grand Gate to clear everything out, but not without save scumming ones. I pick up the Delver's Drill, a spool fragment, and a flea, then make my way to Wisp Thicket to access the bottom section of Underworks to free another flea. Next, I can access the slab using the Apostate Key. I clear the area out to grab items, then fight First Sinner. This is one of my favorite fights in the game, and one that cannot end your Steel Soul run if you lose. Defeating First Sinner grants me Rune Rage. Then I travel to Farfields to do the Lava Escape Gauntlet, which takes me 2 attempts before getting the Mass Shard. While I'm here in Farfields, I head to Weaveness Syndril to get the Silk Speed Anklets, then visit the Chapel of the Beast to fight Savage Beastfly and get the Beast Crest. At this point, I've unlocked all the vendors, so I spend some time grinding rosaries from the enemies between Songclave and High Halls. Once I have 350 beads, I visit Grindel to buy the Thief's Mark, which increases the rosary drop rate and makes grinding much more efficient. I then buy out the available tools from Mort, Frey, Forge Daughter, 12th Architect, and Jubilana. There's a couple of more tasks I need to finish before heading to Bilewater. I return to Farfields to fight Savage Beastfly again and get a Mass Shard. I go to Grindel's shop to buy my last crafting kit upgrade and a spool fragment. Since I'm near the Sansa Karak, I decide to open the upper shortcut since I didn't do that earlier. I also have enough fleas to move the caravan to Fleetopia, and I get my final tool pouch upgrade as a reward, but almost die on my way out of Putrefied Ducks. Next, I'll go to the bottom of Cogwort Court to get a spool fragment, but get hammered by the Watcher Knight wannabe. I finish this area off by climbing to the top of Court to learn the Architect's Melody. At this point, I'm procrastinating going to Bilewater, so I decide to finish up some pending quests and look for any missing tools. I visit the 12th Architect to buy out the shop and get the Architect's Crest. My last detour is to visit Eva to get the Vesta Crest. Now I can go through vaults to unlock the shortcut outside of Songclave, and finally go down to Bilewater. Once in Bilewater, I pick up Twisted Bud, then look for Chakra. It's finally time to buy out all of her maps so that we can start the Trail's End Wish. I'll travel back to Belheart quickly to accept the quest, then continue making my way through Bilewater. I find a flea, head inside Weaveness Merglin for the Ruin Tool, pick up Quick Sling, and traverse the Jumping Leeches to get the last shard I need for mask number 9. Even with 9 masks, I have a hard time avoiding the enemies here and have to save and quit twice. But I managed to find a flea and make it to the bench. I perform funeral rites with Chakra and get her throwing ring, and now the only thing left to do is fight Groll. I have my tools. I can always save and quit. We got 9 masks. I even have the Hunter Crest fully charged up, so we're already doing more damage so long as I don't take any damage. All right, here we go. Okay. Oh god, no! Oh Jesus! I'm almost gonna cry. Relief that it's over. With possibly the second hardest part of the run out of the way, we can finish preparing for Act 3. Exiting the top of Bilewater, I visit Broodmother for Longclaw. Then I return to the Bilewater Bellway Station to traverse the mist. Once through, I head inside to fight Phantom and learn Cross Stitch. Afterwards, I head back to Songclave to buy the Simple Key from Jubilana and unlock the door in High Halls to get the Rosary Cannon. It is now time for the High Halls Gauntlet. Since I fulfilled the Trail's End Wish, Chakra fights with me here and it's over pretty quick. I learn the High Halls Melody, then head up to fight Lace 2. It's a clean fight and I earn my second Silk Heart. At this point, I decide to fight Grandmother Silk to lock in my Steel Soul achievement. I'm gonna cry. I've beaten the game in Steel Soul mode, and then we have to do the 100% game completion achievements. So one is under 30 hours and one is in Steel Soul, so we're going right back into it. The goal now is to collect as many items as possible before the difficulty spike in Act 3. In order to unlock the Silk and Soul quest to enter Act 3, I'll need to complete wishes to gain 17 quest points found on the notice boards in Bonebottom, Belheart, and Songclave. I'll also need to buy a Bell Home and get the Flea Caravan to Fleetopia, both of which I've already done. I rescue Sherma in Whiteward to get the Spool Fragment and also find the Surgeon's Key. In Weaveness Atla, I fight double Moss Mothers now since they'll go void in Act 3 and get the Weave Light as a reward. Another boss fight that will be more dangerous in Act 3 is Four Brothers, so it's best to get it out of the way now. Completing this fight unlocks the path to the Diving Bell. I rescue Jubilana again, then find my last flea in Sinner's Road. On my way out, I free the Green Prince, then head to Fleetopia to get the Egg of Fleelia. Back in Songclave, I start Silken Soul, as well as fight out the remaining tools and a Spool Fragment from Jubilana. I bring the Twisted Bud to Greyroot to become infected, then visit Yarnaby to be cured and unlock the Witch Crest. Finally, I visit Eva to get my last Hunter Crest evolution, and I also managed to unlock enough slots to bind Eva and unlock Silksong. With everything collected, it's finally time to enter Act 3. I start Act 3 by immediately running to Fleetopia for the Flea Festival. The minigames here are a frustrating yet fun respite from the chaos of the Void enemies, and completing it will grant me my final Pale Oil. I'll run back to Belheart through Bilewater and Sinner's Road, destroying any Void masses along the way for a future quest. I have to save and quit once, but eventually make it to Belheart, where I rescue the Pinmaster and get my final Needle upgrade. At this point, I feel strong enough to fight Bell Eater because I do not want to walk around the entire map when it is this dangerous. Then I go to Wormways to do the Alchemist quest for the Plasmium Gland, then head down to the Ruined Chapel to confront the Snail Shamans. I head towards Deep Docks to speak to Ballo and meet them at the diving bell, then proceed into the Abyss. After meeting with Lace, I enter Weaveness Absalom to get Silksong and the Far Sight, then escape out of the Abyss. Okay. Still full go. Still full go. Okay, good. Okay. Oh! I remember that being way harder. Returning to the snails starts the quest to collect memory hearts, and with Silksong, I'm able to grab Shaman Crest. I then make my way through Hunter's March to find Carmelita. I have trouble with an arena and have to quit, but managed to get into this new area of Hunter's March. This area surprisingly gave me trouble too. I'm just gonna check all around this room. Okay, shells. Ow. Okay, well my controller died. Okay. No, stop running into the brick! Oh my god! Stop. Fuck. Ah! Hello? Uh-oh. If that killed my Steel Soul run... After that near run-ending mishap, I find and challenge Carmelita. My first attempt was pretty clean, but devolved quickly. Attempt 2 had a perfect start and then ended just as fast. Attempts 3 and 4 ended poorly, but attempt 5 I managed to be successful and got the Hunter's Heart. Afterwards, I raced Sprintmaster Swift, and after winning 3 races, I earned a Mass Shard. Back in Bellheart, I accept the Hidden Hunter and Dark Heart wishes. Oh. We're done? Wait, what? Why did it say in Steel Soul you have to do all of them? Oh, hell yeah! In my Bell home, I install the Farsight to view my game completion, and I'm currently at 89%. I head back to Farfields to fight Gur the Outcast, which takes 2 attempts before I manage to win. I return to Bellheart to complete the Hidden Hunter wish and get my 3rd Mass Shard. Finally, I go to Mount Fae and use Silksong to access Brightvein and parkour my way to the top for mask number 10. I'm still missing 2 silk skills, so let's get those out of the way. I travel to Weaveness Karn in Wormways for the Sharp Dart, then up to the Cradle for Pale Nails. All that's left now are my tools, most of which are rewards from boss fights. In Memoriam, I pick up Volt Vessels. Back in Mount Fae, I challenge the Pinterest to a duel, which takes a few tries before finally winning and getting the pin badge. I also use the Ruin Tool to craft Silk Shot. Down in Whiteward, I unlock the passage to the Unraveled and beat it first try, gaining my last Silk Heart. In Wisp Thicket, I fight Father of the Flame and receive the Wisp Lantern. Next, I head to the Sands of Karak to fight Voltworm for the Volt Filament, then continue onwards to fight the other Great Conchfly before arriving at Coral Tower. Inside, I receive the Conch Cutter, then enter the memory for the Gauntlet Challenge. I'm bested in the 3rd arena, but on my 2nd attempt, make it to Crest King Khan and defeat him to earn the Encrusted Heart. There is a Steel Soul exclusive boss, and since this is my first Steel Soul file ever, I decided to take a detour to check it out, even though it's not required for 100% completion. I follow the markers to Purified Lakes, High Halls, and Farfields, then confront the boss near Wanderer's Chapel. Overall, Summon Savior was an easier boss fight compared to the other ones I fought in Act 3. I need 1 more memory heart to gain the Everbloom, and decide to clear Verdania over fighting Nihilith. The entirety of Verdania is a memory, so if I die in there, it doesn't end the run, versus needing to fight Seth in order to get to Nihilith. After I unlock the palace, defeating the Clover Princess grants us the Conjoined Heart. With all 3 memory hearts acquired, I visit the Snail Shamans for the last time, enter the Red Memory, and receive the Everbloom. It's finally time to fight Lost Lace. In all of my practice attempts, I wasn't able to defeat Lace 3, so I'm feeling pretty nervous. All of this work that we've put in so far, the 25 hours it's taken to get to this point, I could just throw it all away if I manage to choke really bad. Fuck! You know what? I don't want to risk it. Oh, I got touched on the top. That's crazy. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm good. Ah! Fuck. Oh. Oh, she got me. Oh, crap. Oh, she's cooking me today. I'm the main course. Damn. Okay.
come this way. Hey, Lace. Hey, Lace. I got some cool things for you. Yeah. Oh, perfect. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Too good to be true. Good. Oh, fuck. That's not good. Don't do that. Especially in the corner. Oh, God. Thank you, Dice. Okay. Close. We're close. Come on. Don't get greedy. Just stay focused. Oh, too close. Fuck. Nope. Stay focused. It's okay. You're good. You can do it. It's the same fight. Ah! Ah! Holy shit! Oh my god! Oh my god! No way! I'm not gonna cry. I might cry. I might actually start like actual crying. I thought that was gonna take me at least like 10 attempts. Give me the time. Percentage 100% and 25. I got both achievements! Fuck! Yes! I am so incredibly proud of myself for committing to this feat. Part of me already wants to attempt it again without saving and quitting, but maybe I'll try that in earnest once the DLC comes out. I'm also tempted to go back to replay Hollow Knight since I played it casually a few years ago and would love to see how different it feels compared to Silksong. I'd also love to give a shout out to the folks who were supporting me while I was live streaming this, and also to the Silksong speedrun and challenge community. I got a lot of really helpful tips while I was figuring out this run for the first time. If you made it this far into the video, you might remember at the beginning I said I needed 4 achievements to platinum Silksong. Well, right after completing my 100% Steel Soul run, I decided to open up a different save file to get my last achievement, Twisted Child. Please enjoy all of the deaths that it took in order for me to beat Grandmother Silk on 6 masks. That one was washed. Oh my god! I parried it? Oh, then I got hit by spikes on top? That's crazy. Damn. Oh my god. I can't believe I survived that. Yes! Oh my god, I must have been right there, like, so many of the times. Oh. Me, Chelsea Blossom Games, 52 out of 52 achievements. Woo! Okay, bye for real. Thanks for watching. See you later.